Drive-by birthday parties, virtual weddings. In a world full of things you never thought possible, here's one more. Now you can get Allstate's quality insurance at an affordable rate. When you bundle your home and auto, you'll save up to 25%. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company, and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is ONN.
I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network. Governor Mike DeWine, along with Lieutenant Governor John Husted and the head of the State Department of Natural Resources, are spending the day in
Fish Ohio Day.
Remained on conservation and management of the Lake Erie fishery. Ohio State University released new details yesterday about plans to return to full capacity at Ohio Stadium during football season. Ohio State Athletic Director Gene Smith says masks will not be required.
We would hope that if someone's unvaccinated, they would wear a mask out of respect for others, but that's not something we're going to control.
All tickets will be scanned electronically. That means no paper tickets. At concession stands, it'll be all cards and no cash. Ohio State's home opener is a big one, a top 25 matchup with Oregon on September 11th. If you're shopping for a car, prices are at record levels. Clay Gordon with ONN affiliate WBNS-TV in Columbus reports.
The average cost of a new car has now topped $40,000, and used cars are up nearly 30% in the last year. The main reason, a shortage of computer chips. Now, if you must buy now, experts say the best prices are on sedans because they are less popular. I'm Clay Gordon.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
Getting a COVID-19 vaccine is the best way to protect you and your loved ones. The vaccines have been tested, they're safe, and they work. And they're available at pharmacies in many locations across.
Okay, is he online or? Okie dokie.
Advantage in college basketball, our Mountaineer fans. I'm Coach Huggins, and I'm tired of empty arenas, masks, and social distancing. That's why I got my COVID vaccine. They're safe, free, and available almost everywhere without hassle or delay. Let's work as a team, get vaccinated, and fill a Coliseum next season. I'm Coach Huggins. I got my COVID shot. Now the ball's in your hands.
Get your free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you. Visit vaccinate.wv.gov.
The Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium has reopened its gates. Reconnect with the roar, reconnect with the rumble, reconnect with the wild. With new safety procedures in place, we invite you to reconnect with wildlife once again at the zoo. Visit pittsburghzoo.org for information about ticketing and our modified operations. See you at the zoo.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
This is a big deal. Now, at healthcare.gov, millions more people can afford health coverage. Due to the COVID relief law, 4 out of 5 customers can get a plan for under $10 a month with financial help. From doctor visits to preventive services to prescription drugs, these are quality plans. You can do this. You can have coverage as soon as August 1st if you sign up now at healthcare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Studies show that people with good oral health are more likely to have good overall health. That's why it's so important to maintain a healthy diet, to brush your teeth at least twice a day for 2 minutes, to floss once a day, and remember to see your dentist regularly. Ohio Dental Association dentists are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association, so you know you are being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist near you, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Let's call it partly sunny, the chance for a few early morning thunderstorms, with a daytime high near 80 degrees. Showers likely through the evening and the overnight, with temperatures down to about 69 degrees for the low. Another chance of seeing some early morning scattered showers and storms for your Friday, with temperatures in the upper 70s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
And we're back in 3, 2...
Morning, everyone.
It's morning again. It's morning again. It's morning again. Morning again.
Is it morning already? Wake yourself up.
Wake up.
I'm awake.
Morning's over.
I'm awake. Places, everyone.
Whoa, wait.
What?
I'm ready.
And we're back.
Oh my God, it's my favorite show. It's my favorite show ever.
Do you know what time it is?
It's showtime.
Grab a cup of coffee or your favorite breakfast beverage and listen or watch the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe during the 100 Days of Summer.
70 degrees, cloudy at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 70 degrees, and a little bit of light rain coming down here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. 70 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Looking for widespread rain showers to move through the region, especially in the afternoon. Could be soaking downpours and maybe even a little severe weather, so be aware of that. It's going to be a dark, gloomy, very verstumpt day today. Today will be the worst of them, but honestly, going through the weekend and even into next week, it's all going to be kind of dark and gloomy and a little bit of rain on and off. We're not going to have any beautiful, great sunny days for a while. 70 cloudy at the airport, 70 and rain here at the home studios. Biff, did you hear the report there? I think it was Ohio News Network did it. The average price of a new car is over $40,000.
Seems a little high.
I saw that on TV last night. CBS News did a report on that, and I think they actually pegged it at $42,000. Now, apparently, the pandemic has caused a shortage of computer chips, and there's so many chips in cars anymore that's part of what's raising the price. But I'm trying to think what the first car I ever bought was. It was under $10,000, I'm sure. And I remember always thinking the average price of a new car would be like in the $12,000 range. $40,000. Holy mackerel. I guess used cars are going to go, but then again, used cars go up too. Bob, what was the price of your first car?
$400. It was gently used. I won $400 at a poker game and bought an International Scout. I think it was a 67. But man, that thing would go anywhere.
Well, then that's where you wanted to go, was anywhere.
Well, back in those days, it was important for me to get off the road, and that thing would go anywhere. Back then, when they built something like that, especially, I give kudos to International Scout. I mean, you had something. It was a little tank. It was what it was.
Average price of a car is $40,000.
Well, that's an average. That's not low end. That's the average. You got to look at some of those vehicles. Howard probably cost $80,000, close to $100,000. That brings the average up.
My oldest son has a BMW and a Tesla. So
Must be nice.
they're bringing the price of the average price up. That's for sure. What's on your mind this morning?
Their average just went up because of your boy.
Exactly. Between their cars and then my car on the lower end, so it'll average out maybe to 40. I don't know.
Hey, I really wanted to mention yesterday a couple things about eating out yesterday. I had two experiences. One was with you, and it was really great to see an old friend, Charlie Schlegel, who I think a lot of, and it was really a good day yesterday, boss. I really enjoyed it.
I tell you what, they've got the dining room at the West is really nice.
Awesome.
It's just
awesome.
It's just phenomenal, and the food was good. I had the Krabby Patty and the lobster bisque, which I often have, and and an iced tea. As I told Charlie when he came to visit us, I said, Charlie, it's just like the old days. Bob and I are out having lunch. He goes, well, not quite like the old days. You're drinking an iced tea.
Yeah, that was quite different. But really, if you'd have been blindfolded, I mean, it was signature Charlie Schlegel. And ate your dinner or lunch. In our case, you just said, that's the Alpha. That's the old Alpha. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was just, the dining room is just really, first time I've been in the dining room since the pandemic, or before the pandemic, and boy, just the dining room at the West Sports Bar was really, really top-notch. Bright, light, clean, nice.
The atmosphere was really nice.
Crowd. Yeah, the atmosphere was great. Nice crowd of people, a few folks hanging out at the bar, a family at the table. Another group of young people were at another table. Old people, that would be you and I, at another table. So.
But it really was great. Then, in the evening, my youngest son and I rode over to St. Clairsville and went to another place that I know that you're fond of, the old Steak and Shake. Have you been there lately, Howard?
I have not been there. Now, tell me how, I understand they don't have servers anymore, is that right?
It's like, the only thing I could compare it with, it'd be like walking into Sheetz and you order off of this, whatever the hell they call it, and they holler, order 105, and you go up and you pick it up and you go sit down. There's absolutely no wait staff.
You order on like a machine or a kiosk or something?
Kiosk, yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah, just like Sheetz, you go there, you punch it in, you want pickles on that, onions, you pick everything, then you go to another menu and for your sides. And, I tell you, I think it's a sign really of what's ahead for us. I think McDonald's and everybody are going to say, okay, you don't want to work here? If you come in here to eat, this is what you're going to have to do. If not, unless I absolutely have to, I want somebody to take my order,
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, I want to walk up and go. And I don't even, you know what? I mean, I'm just getting old. I don't even like to order by the number,
Like, give me
you want a number 4? No, I want a quarter pounder with cheese and French fries and a drink. Well, it's number 4. I don't care. I want a quarter pounder with cheese, French fries, and a drink. That's what I want.
I hear you. And here was the observation. Food and everything's the same. I don't mind getting up and going over and getting my tray. In fact, it saved me $5. Normally I enjoy the service there. I'll leave a $5 tip. So I saved $5 just by going up and when they called out my number and getting it. And the food was good. The food was the same. Now, here's the only other observation. We were the only ones in the place.
Really?
The drive-through was doing steady business, but I hadn't been there for over a year. I can't remember ever being in that place where you had to maybe look around and find a booth. It was a busy, active place. It wasn't that way yesterday.
Well, they were late to opening. When I say late, but I mean a lot of dining rooms had opened before they did. They stayed drive-through only for a little bit longer than some of the other places did. So some folks may not even know you can go into Steak and Shake yet. But I was going to ask you about that because the only thing that the self-serve would concern me is it was always hard to find a table.
Right.
And I mean, I'm thinking if you got the crowd that you used to have at a Steak and Shake, do you have to fight someone for the table? That's my table. No, I saw it first. Do you have to? But I guess that wasn't the problem yesterday, huh?
That was the only difference. I mean, again, walking up and getting my food and looking around, and we were the only ones sitting there. So that was a big difference, but the food was the same. And again, when you look at it, you save money because you don't leave a tip. But people are out of jobs. And again, I see the future there. I see that happening with all fast food. And if you can't, it's like when you first had to pump your own gas.
Yes.
It started, and then it was a wave. nobody pumps your gas anymore. You have to deal
I remember
with
you
that.
getting angry about it.
What do you mean
I
getting
mean,
angry about it?
I would.
No, I used to get mad when they when the prepay came along.
The prepay, that's what it was, yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of that, but guess what? Everybody does that now.
Sure.
So I think this is one of those things we're going to see where, hey, you know that nice old lady that brings your French fries over to you? I don't think we're going to see her anymore.
And I don't like the fact that people lose their jobs, so I don't want it to be taken this way. But it's just a fact of life. You know, when I started in radio, I mean, we had 20 people. You know, we had traffic directors and copywriters and production directors and, you know, I mean, we had 20 people in the building. And now, and we had engineers and I mean, by that I mean, you know, people who you know, work the control. Now it's totally different. We have, what do we have, Biffy? 5 people in the building? I mean, and never at one time, right?
If that many.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't like it. It was more fun when there were a lot, but it's just automation takes over and computers, you know.
Again,
I mean, it's just like
look at the gas station. It used to be you went in there, guy came out, you didn't even get out of your car. Then they figured out, no, we want them to come in. They'll buy stuff. So that whole concept changed. And plus they got rid of the guy they had to pay to pump your gas. You pump your own gas now. So now I'm telling you, you're going to order your own food, and you're going to go up and pick it up, and you're going to either have the choice to sit down at this table or get the hell out of here. That's going to be your choices now. Hey, I'd like to make a point about the homeless thing. And I'd like to start off by saying this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Anybody could end up homeless. For those folks that go through a tough spell, maybe make some bad choices, maybe pick up some bad habits, I would give the shirt off my back to help those folks turn it around. But living in a tent ain't turning it around. There's been people with problems, homeless problems, for a long, long time. It was the county's concern. That was the concept of the county farm. If you didn't have a place to go, you just couldn't pull up, you know, and put a tent here. You went to the county farm. So why is it all of a sudden the city's problem? Again, watch. You'll see some grandstanding here, Howard. You'll see some people come out in front on this that has other things in mind for themselves. This is a grandstanding moment. Come on, people. Wheeling should have took on the ACLU over this. You tell me that I can go pitch a tent in Beverly Hills? How long is that going to last? They're going to take me to the city line and tell me good luck. Maybe.
Well, but that's not an answer either, Bob. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. That's not an answer either.
The reality of it. There's city law.
Somewhere along the way, and it didn't happen. It just didn't happen overnight, and it hasn't just happened the last 5 or 10 years. Somewhere along the way, over the last decades, we have taken to putting our problems out on the street. You know, we've closed a lot of our mental health facilities. We used to have, and we've just said, you know, you go out and deal with your problems yourself. Same thing with homelessness. You know, we don't have county farms anymore. We don't have any other, and I don't think it's necessarily right, but it didn't happen overnight. We have slowly but surely told people with problems to get out on the street and deal with it yourself. I don't know what you do about it now. It doesn't do any good to take them to the city limits, Bob, or to move them from one place to another, because the homeless are still there. They're still with us, you know?
Howard, did I come over in your neighborhood and find a nice little grassy spot and take up residence over there? Did I do that? The weather ain't too bad. I mean, I could probably stay out there a couple weeks. Is somebody going to come have me arrested like I should be? And here's the other reality of this, Howard. Let's take those poor folks as a whole. There are some, as we described, that are just going through a terrible, terrible time, and again, we must do what we can to help them. The other folks in this camp have been doing this their whole life. They are bums. They are drunks. They are outlaws. And why is it our obligation to take these folks in with the other people that are surely on a bad streak? They're not the same. They are not the same.
You know, I first of all, I'm tempted to go Christian on you and say we are our brother's keeper.
Okay, can I live down at the church? Can I camp in the parking lot, Howard?
Well, we do a lot in our church to try to provide opportunities for the homeless. We provide food. We provide gas cars. We do a lot of things for the homeless.
I'm sure you do, but you're going to tell me to get my tent and get the hell out of your parking lot.
Well, but we may also work. I don't think our church does, but some churches will work with the homeless to try and create safe environments in which they can live. And so, but I start saying that's my first instinct, but I'm not really going to go there. The vast majority, there are, and I like your words, there are outlaws. There are people, and Chief Schwarzenegger will certainly be saying, right on, Howard, right on, or right on, Bob, especially. There are people who are just plain criminals who happen to be homeless. See, I got to draw a distinction. No, bums are not the same thing as criminals. Most people who are homeless are facing problems that they can't deal with: alcoholism, drug addiction.
Right.
Often they have mental health issues. These are the problems that they deal with, and they're not bums. They're people with problems. My question to you is, what good does it do to move them from one place to another? To use your phrase, to take them out to the city limits. What good does that do? They're still facing those problems.
If I got the job, I'd get a clipboard and I'd pull into the camp and I'd say, okay, is it too early or can you guys get up here? I have a couple questions for you. Which one of you are bums and which one of you are just down on your luck? I would talk to them. And then the ones that I could see that we could really help, that wanted our help, they don't want to be in that camp being a beggar, we would do something for them. And the other ones, I would say, you got 3 days to get your stuff or you're going to jail. That's how I would take care of the situation. Maybe I'll go down there and apply for the job. Think I'll get it?
No. Although Chief Schwarzenegger, if he were hiring, he might want to hire.
Well, it takes common sense. Look, there's people down on their luck that could use help, and we should help. And then there's
the vast majority of folks who are homeless are they're not just down on their luck, Bob, they have problems. Drug, alcohol, mental health problems. Those are not problems you can just wipe away by taking your clipboard and saying, get up and go get a job.
No,
it just doesn't work that way. These are people with problems.
Howard. I'd get on my walkie-talkie. I'd call down at the fire department. I'd have those fellas come up with a big hose. I'd just hose their whole damn camp out. There, how you like that?
Holy!
Have a great day, Howard.
God! Oh, jeez! Oh my God! Oh, he's still good to have lunch with, though. Wow. Are there people who are, quote, homeless that are criminals? Yes. And to use Bob's word, outlaws? Yes. But bums, again, to use his word, I don't like that, but bums are not criminals. They have problems, and I think that's something that's just hard for most of us to understand. There are two things about homelessness that I think people have a hard time understanding. Number one, most people, even wealthy people, are not all that far from homeless where they lose their jobs and their worth, So all of us are in danger of that. And I've known folks who have been nice, comfortable, middle-class citizens who have found themselves living in a car. So number one, we're all close to that. And number two, these are people with problems that you can't just force them to be better people. You can't do that. And we have responsibilities for them. And I don't have the answers. I don't know what they are. And we have to deal with this, and that's part of the concern I have about this. Well, the issue of homelessness comes from multi-disciplines. Is there a law enforcement perspective? Yeah, there is. Of course there is. Is there a mental health perspective? Yes. Is there a drug perspective, an alcohol perspective? Yes, there is. Is there a employment issue? Yes, there is. If we took the approach that I mentioned to you in Sacramento, California, they're doing, which is saying the city's going to put up 5,000 units of housing, and you have to move into them. And if you don't, you're going to be fined. Well, what good to do that? Fine a homeless person. So I don't know if that's the answer either. I don't know what the answers are. But they begin with compassion. And I love my buddy Bob, but I didn't sense a lot of compassion there. 9:29, Watchdog Morning Show. Let's do a news break. We've got a lot of territory yet to cover. You want to respond, reflect, react, you can. 304-232-8255. 304-232-TALK if you want to use the phone lines, or the text line 304-214-1600. We are the Watchdog Morning Show on WKKX and WVOY.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News.
When we come back, if Guido is still there, I can take him, but I didn't want to go from Bob's conversation to Father Guido. That didn't make any sense to me. Okay, all right. I'm happy to talk to him, but not, just that back-to-back, that didn't work with Bob, so. Okay, if he calls again, no problem, let me know.
Of the city's zoning ordinance rewrite. That ordinance hadn't been updated since 1970. In Martinsburg, I'm Marcia Kovalik, WVMetroNews.com.
A new state law on needle exchange programs takes effect this Friday, but as Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney tells us, a federal judge has already issued a temporary restraining order to block it.
The ACLU, along with a program in Morgantown, is challenging the law on a variety of issues, but some of them include an unknown burden on programs that are provided by these agencies.
The law in part requires participants to provide an ID card to receive syringes. A preliminary injunction hearing is set for this afternoon. And former Mount Hope Police Chief Thomas Peel will spend 1 year in prison for having sex with a teenager in Summers County. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. A Charleston street now honors the life of police officer Cassie Johnson. She was shot and killed while responding to a parking complaint on Garrison Avenue last December. Police Chief Tyke Hunt says the street now bears her name as Honorary Patrolman Cassie Johnson Avenue.
Remember that officer for her selfless acts, for her heroism, for just wanting to come to work every day with a smile.
The chief joined Johnson's family and friends as well as dozens of other Charleston police officers in a ceremony yesterday. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
Wednesday afternoon at PNC Park, the visiting Atlanta Braves down the Pirates 14-3. All three Pirate runs came off the bat of catcher Jacob Stallings, who smacked a 3-run home run in the first inning. And the loss snapped the Pirates' 3-game winning streak. But the Buccos are back in action tonight. They will visit the Mets in New York. Game 1 of a 4-game series, J.T. Brubaker will get the start for Pittsburgh. It's all over. The Stanley Cup Finals are history. Game number 5 of Best of 7 played in Tampa before a large crowd, and it was the Tampa Bay Lightning defeating the Montreal Canadiens by the score of 1-0 to win that Best of 7, 4-1. Back-to-back Stanley Cup wins for Tampa. NBA Finals will continue tonight as the Phoenix Suns will host the Milwaukee Bucks. It's Game 2 of a 7-game series. The Suns lead that series 1-0. I'm Bill DeFabio. On sports, we are the Watchdog.
The Variety Show with Bill DeFabio is live on the Watchdog Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We talk to some of the region's best business owners while keeping you informed about area events and happenings. You won't believe who I have on next. Tune in and get with the program. Guests from preachers to pros and even some Super Bowl champions. Join me, Bill DeFabio, from noon to 2 for the Variety Show on the Watchdog.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is There's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doane Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doane Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doane Ford. Online at DoaneFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doane Ford.
My little girl hurt her foot and needed a doctor fast, but her physician wasn't available, and I wanted her seen as soon as possible. Then I remembered the Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care, right in downtown Wheeling at the Stone Center on Market Plaza. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, the center is ideal if you have a sudden sickness or injury. The doctors and nurses were great, and they also provided x-rays, a pharmacy, and lab draw station. No appointments needed, and convenient parking is nearby. Wheeling Hospital Urgent Care. They'll take good care of you.
Getting a COVID-19 vaccine is the best way to protect you and your loved ones. The vaccines have been tested, they're safe, and they work. And they're available at pharmacies in many locations across West Virginia. Making the choice to get vaccinated means getting West Virginia back to regular life. Here's West Virginia University men's basketball coach Bob Huggins.
The pandemic took away the greatest home court advantage in college basketball, our Mountaineer fans. I'm Coach Huggins, and I'm tired of empty arenas, masks, and social distancing. That's why I got my COVID vaccine. They're safe, free, and available almost everywhere without hassle or delay. Let's work as a team, get vaccinated, and fill a Coliseum next season. I'm Coach Huggins. I got my COVID shot. Now the ball's in your hands.
Get your free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you. Visit vaccinate.wv.gov.
Dutch Boy's new Platinum Plus paint with Stain Shield technology has the performance you expect from a luxury paint at a price you didn't. Platinum Plus is up to 50% more washable and stain resistant than a leading premium paint in satin sheen. Superiority ranges from 24 to 50% depending on sheen selected. Platinum Plus keeps your walls looking new longer. Menards and Dutch Boy paint have you covered. Go ahead, live your life.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Savings or mail-in rebate. See store for details.
It's the summer's hottest party, the Circus Saints and Sinners Party on the Plaza. Enjoy all-day live music, food trucks, and ice-cold beverages at the Plaza on Market in downtown Wheeling. Get tickets now at partyontheplaza.org.
Dominating both AM and FM, the Watchdog is AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
It is 70 degrees and cloudy at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 70 degrees and rainy here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and it's 70 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Rain throughout the day today, heavy soaking rain at some points, maybe a little severe weather this afternoon. Kind of keep an eye on your Storm Tracker 7 app on your phone or on Storm Tracker 7 on TV, or we'll let you know about it here on the radio as well. It's just going to be a verstunk day today, and the weekend is not going to be all that much better, but we'll hope for the best, I guess. Today had been a day I had planned. I had told Teddy and his cousin Ariana that today would be a swimming day. We'd pick them both up after their schools and down to the pool, but I'm thinking today's not a swimming day, Biffy. I don't think this is going to be a very good day to head into the pool anyplace.
It might, depending on what time the rain gets done. I mean, if it's done by afternoon and there's a window of opportunity, I'd take advantage of it.
Well, that's because I had promised him Thursday was the day I said looked like everybody's schedule would match up, and so Teddy and his cousin, we could all get into the pool. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 9:39, 21 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. I try my best to keep an eye on my texts, on the Facebook page, and so on. I had not looked at the Facebook page for a while. A couple of comments on the Facebook video. Remember, we do Facebook Live video on my page and on the Watchdogs page, and also at watchdognetwork.com and archived on our YouTube channel as well. But a couple of comments here. First of all, Betty, referring to Bob's call a few minutes ago, wow, how hateful. Yeah, I'm not, Bob's a well-meaning guy. I don't think he's hateful at all. I don't think he has a hating bone in his body. I think he sometimes, he's more of a straight line thinker and sometimes doesn't think nuance, maybe that's it. And he would probably agree with me on that. But I don't think I would agree with hateful. And then also, this is a good point. The WKKX TuneIn app is not working today, Howard. Yes, if you're with us at the very beginning of the show, and I haven't mentioned it since then, yesterday afternoon we were having a meeting, opened the door to our meeting room, and suddenly we had a river flowing through the radio station. Apparently the city actually it wasn't the city. Some work was being done outside our building on Main Street, on Market Street, and somehow, I don't know. At any rate, we ended up getting flooded. Just literally a river of water came flooding through the radio station. We have had to rip up the carpeting, and Epic Restoration is there doing some repair work, and Biff's got fans at his feet and dehumidifiers everywhere in the building, and that's why I called Biff's studio Atlantis this morning. It was underwater earlier. Not too much in terms of technical problems. We managed to get the equipment out of the water. The one thing we could not get, Joseph, I'm glad you mentioned that because I should mention it. The computer that feeds our WKKX TuneIn stream is down. So that's the only thing that I'm aware of that's down because of the problems. But so yes, you're right, Joseph. The KKX TuneIn app is not working. We'll see what we can do about that as the day goes on. 9:41:19 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. I have phone lines open if you want to use them, 304-232-8255. I have the text line open at 304-214-1600. Survey came out this week, Biffy. I thought it was interesting. It took a look at the parenting techniques being used today in 2021. And it also took a look at the most popular parenting rules about a quarter of a century ago, 25 years ago. And the difference is really interesting, and I don't think this will surprise anybody. About 25 years ago, and this was a survey of 1,000 people with kids under the age of 16. The top 5 old school parenting rules, and Biffy, I'll bet you grew up with these. I'll work backwards. Number 5, you have to behave well, especially in public. You were probably taught that, right, Biff?
Especially in church.
Yeah, in church, absolutely right. And number 4, which I think began to fade away maybe even more than a quarter of a century ago, but it certainly was a rule. This apparently was one of the top 5 25 years ago. You have to sit down and eat meals together as a family. We always had Sunday dinner together. That was always a big deal. And occasionally, but I mean, even when my kids were kids, and Jason is 41 now, so that gives you a sense of the time period. Even when my kids were kids, most of the meals were not at the table. Now, Sunday dinner when my kids grew up was always at the table. Biffy, did you have meals at the table when you were growing up, or was it catch as catch can?
No. It was at the table.
Yeah.
The way Dad's schedule was, and it was always, when he got home from work, we waited for him and we had dinner.
Yeah. Again, we did it. We insisted on family dinner, and of course, my mom was alive then, and so my mom was part of that, and our whole family. And I remember Nancy and I tried to get the kids together, but about the time my kids were growing up, that became a little more loose. The kids were out running around, going to band, going to Little League, and so on, and it just was hard to do. Sunday dinner was always a requirement. We're like the family on Blue Bloods, the TV show. We always had Sunday dinner together. Now we don't even do that. On special occasions, and that's interesting, I think my kids appreciate it. On special occasions, Father's Day, Easter, the big holidays. If we have dinner here, we haven't done it for a year because of the pandemic, but we do eat at the table, and I think the kids appreciate that. I mean, I think they kind of like the idea of gathering around the table again. Do you sit down to dinner as a family at all now, Biffy, or is everybody moving around?
No, I mean, if we eat, it's not at the dinner table. It's in the chair on the couch watching watching TV. So, yeah, I mean, it's certainly changed from back then.
Yep. And even with just Nancy and I, we tend to eat at the TV, like old people do. Like old people do. We tend to eat at the TV, take a little TV tray in our living room and watch TV. So number 4 on the old time rules of parenting, sit down and eat together as a family. Number 3, kids have to do chores. Yeah, I mean, that was, when I was growing up with my kid, yeah, you had chores to do every week. Now, you got an allowance for it, at least I did, and we gave to our kids, but you had to do chores. You grew up doing chores, I'm sure, Biff.
Yeah, you had to clean the room, you had to vacuum, you did dishes, whatever mom needed done, you did it.
And we're teaching Ted, I shouldn't say we, I want to give credit to his parents. His parents are teaching Teddy that as well. He has certain chores he has to do, and in the beginning, he was kind of grumpy about it. But he's come to understand there are things he has to do now, and he's pretty good about it. Number 2 on the old time rules, it's not really a rule, it's more of a philosophy. You don't always get everything you want. Which we had to explain to our kids. Now, my kids will now tell you, Granddad ignores that rule when it comes to Teddy. If he wants something, Granddad will get it for him. Granddad gets lectured an awful lot in this house, Biff. Awful lot. I had to keep my mouth shut yesterday as his dad was disciplining him a little bit. And I was like, because I wanted to go, let the kid play. But I didn't, because I get lectured an awful lot anymore. And part of it's because, Granddad, I'd like a new Mario game. Okay, let's find it on Amazon right now. It'll be here tomorrow. So, that's just, I'm sorry. Granddads can do that. And finally, Biffy, I absolutely know, because you still certainly show this every day that I talk to you. The number 1 rule 25 years ago, respect your elders.
Absolutely.
And I see that in you. That is something that is a hallmark of your attitude towards life. You certainly respect your parents and your family. And as a general rule, respect your elders.
I had to learn the hard way one day, and that's where it came from. When my grandfather was still alive, and he was this has been I was probably, I'm gonna say 8 or 9 maybe, was outside playing, and he was over talking to my mother, and they were sitting on the front steps, and it was time to go in, and Mom said, time to go in and do whatever. And I made the mistake of smarting off to her.
Oops.
Yeah, with Grandpap sitting there. Well, he heard me, and he got up, and he went over, and he grabbed me by the arm, and I got a very nice talking to about respecting Mom, and do what she tells you to do. You don't give her lip. And he went on, did the whole thing, and I'm trying to pull away, and then he wouldn't let me. So he let me go after he said, you gonna do that again? I said, no, Grandpap, I won't. He said, okay, and that was it. And from that day on, it was you be careful when mom tells you it's time to go in, you go in.
You go in, yeah.
But
respect your elders. I mean, to me, that's a universal rule. That's not a rule of parenting. It's not 25 years ago or 80 years ago or today. That's just a universal rule of life. Respect your elders. Now, the top 5, I'm going to run these down real fast so we can take a break and get to Bob Westfall. But the top 5 most common parenting techniques today, Biffy, they're a little bit different. This is an actual survey of parents. Number 5, helping your children identify their feelings and process them. Yeah, not so much. Not so much. Number 4, doing your best to connect with your children as their friend. Now, I tell Teddy I'm his best buddy, and he's my best buddy, but you have to have a distance between parenting and again, I'm a granddad, so that's a little bit different. You can't be friends with your kids, not in the sense of that word. You have to be a parent. You can be a happy parent, a good parent, a nice parent, a friendly parent, but you can't be friends with your kids, not in the sense that that their friends are their friends. Number 3, I do believe this. Give them space to be playful and silly. And that's where I fight with his parents. Because I say the kid's 6 years old, let him have fun, let him be playful, let him be silly, let him be goofy. What difference does it make? Number 2, on the parenting techniques of today, give them room to learn from their mistakes. I think I buy that, though. Kids have to make mistakes and learn from them. I buy that. And then the number 1 most common parenting technique today, positive reinforcement, not punishment. I truly believe you should try positive reinforcement as much as you can. But when all else fails, punishment doesn't harm. I don't believe in physical violence, but punishment works. Anyways, parenting then and now. Boy, those are really, really different. 10 till the hour. Do we have to do a break, Biffy?
No, we're good, but still waiting on Bob.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought maybe. All right. Well, then I don't have to do a break. 10 before the hour, 70 degrees. Hey, Heinz has come up with and you wonder why. I asked this question just of my wife the other day, and Biffy, this is one of those universal questions. Why do hot dogs and hot dog buns come in different size packages? Right?
They're smaller. The hot dog buns are smaller.
They are, but you get like, I forget the number. You get 12 hot dog buns, but only 8 hot dogs, or the other way around. So you can never buy one package of buns and one package of hot dogs because they don't match up.
I think.
Why is that?
I think some buns, depending on where you get them and who the company is, you either get 8 or 10. I think.
Yeah. Well, Heinz has begun a petition called the Heinz Pact. It calls on the big bun, you have Big Pharma, right? And so the big bun and the big wiener companies, to stop this foolishness and to put the same number of hot dogs and hot dog buns in a package. They actually have a petition at change.org where you can go and sign up for this to make sure that 10 wieners, 10 buns.
Does it say how many petitions or signatures it has?
This was, as of like 4 days ago, it had 3,000 signatures, and it just started that day. But come on, everybody. I've never understood. Again, I literally talked to my wife about this over the weekend during the holiday weekend. Why do they sell hot dogs and hot dog buns in different size packages?
Because that's what they want. They want you to buy more.
That's exactly it. Bingo. The answer is because you have to buy 2 packages to accommodate the number of buns you have. That's exactly what it is, Biff. That's exactly what it is.
Again, it all comes down to money.
Yeah.
They want you to spend more money because they know that we're going to buy it.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So it's at change.org. It's called the Heinz Pact, and they're the ketchup company, Heinz. I guess they figure, for every hot dog and every hot dog bun, somebody's going to put ketchup on it. So let's try to sell more of them. But Heinz has begun this. I haven't done it, but I think I'm going to go online and sign that one. 10 wieners, 10 buns. I like the fact they call it big wiener and big bun. Big bun. Big pharma money is lobbying. Is there like a big bun lobbyist? Do they lobby for big bun? I don't know. Anyways, you can go to change.org and do that. Biff, just shout at me if Bob's on there.
I'm still waiting.
All right. Since I'm talking about food, I have one more food story to get to. Number 1 fast food choice, this is for franchises. The number 1 fast food franchise that Americans like, this is not in terms of sales necessarily, but in terms of how we customers rank them. Want to take a guess? Number 1 fast food franchise? We have one around here.
McDonald's?
Nope. It actually, believe it or not, McDonald's ranked dead last in this survey of 20 food chains. Dead last. We have 2 of these around here. One in Ohio, one in West Virginia. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the number 1 fast food choice in terms of customer satisfaction. Now, not all of these are burger places. Let me work my way back from number 10 up. Arby's, Chipotle, Dunkin' Donuts, and Papa John's come in number 10. Then Pizza Hut, Panera Bread, Five Guys. Ooh, I love me a Five Guys. Starbucks, KFC. I'm a big KFC fan. Domino's. And the number 1 top fast food spot is Chick-fil-A. And as I said, what's amazing to me is McDonald's ranked dead last in this list. Dead last. Right behind Wendy's.
Wow.
Wendy's and McDonald's at the absolute bottom. Sonic, Popeyes, and Jack in the Box also in that bottom list there. So, wow. We don't have a Sonic around here, not that I've been to. Have you been to a Sonic?
I've not been to a Sonic. I've played the game on Sega.
Yeah, I have too, and I liked playing Sonic the Hedgehog. But McDonald's ranked dead last. Number 1 fast food place in terms of a customer satisfaction survey, Chick-fil-A. Let's ask Bob Westfall. Bob, what's your favorite fast food franchise?
My favorite? Fast food. Rallies.
What is it?
Rallies.
Rallies? What's Rallies? I don't even know what that is.
It's a burger kind of place.
Burger place? Okay.
They've got some of them in Akron. I've been to a Sonic. I was at a Sonic in Charlotte. Was down for a race, and I wasn't impressed.
I've never been to one. Their commercials are always entertaining.
Yeah,
but
they are.
I've never been to one. I have no sense of what they're like, what they're about. Make me. The commercials make me wish we had one. But has there been any talk of a Sonic around here? I lose track of what's been announced and not announced. Has there been talk of a Sonic at the Highlands or something?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything for that. Seriously, I think Rallies have the best. You have to look it up. Rallies has the best French fries.
You've got me curious. I'll look it up. All right, what are you working on today with the Big 7?
All right, a couple things. We're going to continue to follow weather. Sporadic kind of day-to-day rain here, rain there. So Zach's upstairs right now, then Dr. Bill will be in later this afternoon. A couple of things we're dealing with. As you know, hot weather's continuing. Muggy kind of situation today as well. We're going to talk to Crystal Bauer with Project Hope about how we can help the homeless here when the hot summer weather rolls around. So that's the story we're working on today. DK will do that interview. Something else we got in the other day. Hyde County Circuit Clerk Brenda Miller announced they're going to have a new juror notification system set up. We're going to find out exactly what that system is and how that's going to work, so you can find out if you have jury duty here in Ohio County. So that story this afternoon. Leah's going to cover that. That's in our 6th tonight. And of course, the big thing that everybody's talking about now when it comes to the COVID situation is the Delta variant. We're going to talk to Rob Sproul and both Howard Gamble on what they're seeing when it comes to the Delta variant in the tri-state area.
Sounds like some good stuff. We'll check it out today at noon, 5, 6, 10, 11, 5:30 for the statewide show. Always at WTRF.com, where the news comes first. And, of course, on your Facebook page, where there's always comments that I try not to read, but I can't help myself, and then I get angry.
Yeah, don't read the comments.
I know. It's like a bad accident. I just have to look. All right, Bob, I appreciate it. We'll be watching and to see what's happening today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, Bob Westfall from the Big 7 WTRF TV. Well, I can see by the old clock on the wall, it's time for me to say sayonara, see you, bye-bye, farewell. I got to go. I got to get out of here. Kirchhoff's got the comm coming up next. Brad McElhenney with him first off the bat. Statewide talk line. As for me, good Lord willing, creeks don't rise, bat phone doesn't ring, don't get impeached, don't retire. And most importantly, Teddy says, it's okay, Granddad, you can go back to work tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, another go-around of the big gig. Are you back with me, Brother Biff?
Back to wrap up this short week.
All right, we'll just keep on doing it till we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Oh, you better believe it.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News.
All right, made it through everything. I mean, all things considered, everything okay up there? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I had no sense of what it was going to be like, so that's why I tried to check with you earlier to make sure that I didn't even know if, I really didn't know if we had any technical problems. The computer that does the stream, in fact, I don't know if you can see if you can reboot that or not. I don't even know where it is. We moved it off the floor yesterday, I think, and probably got it unplugged. I can't get into that. That's off. Other than that, as far as I know, everything's working okay. But when I saw the video that JoJo sent, it looks like they may have pulled some wires over in the studio, did they? Can you tell? Okay, good. Okay. Bill called me first thing this morning. Whew, he's just a super grumpy boy. Yeah, I got it for him, and then he was, but I don't like this extra hour I have to work. I said, well, and Kayleen said, well, you only work 4 days a week, and I said, that's always been my deal. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Bill, Yeah. All I know is I'm here every day, so don't complain to me that you have to work. Yeah. Well, Biff, then it'll be you and me alone, so let's not encourage that just yet. But I hear you. He was just, I finally had to say, look, I have to call Biff and make sure things are working okay. I said, because he was just pissed this morning, just really pissed. Yeah. It looks like Kayleen got a little irritated. You saw her when Bill said, whatever, don't ever whatever me again. So, yeah. It was well. Anyway, so that's how my day got started, with Bill calling to. Well, he called to ask for, as you know, to ask for the password, but then it just turned into basically a bitch session. But these things happen. All right, I will be around all day. If I can squeeze pool in with the kids after school, we may try that, but otherwise I'll be here all day. So if there's anything you need, give me a call, and we'll do one more time tomorrow. All right, I appreciate your help, especially in the midst of all the noise and the everything sort of being up in the air up there. Chaos, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Anna Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Dozens of U.S. state and district attorneys have joined a lawsuit against Google, accusing it of illegally maintaining a monopoly for its app store on Android phones. And cleaning house is worth $1 million to one Florida man. While doing some cleaning, Kenneth Morgan found a Powerball ticket in a drawer. Turns out it matched 5 of the 6 numbers in an April drawing. Wins $1 million. This is ABC News.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is Bill DeFabio, your host of The Variety Show with Bill DeFabio. Heard on the Watchdog Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Join me from noon till 2 to talk sports, nostalgia, and hear from some of the legends of the game. You won't believe who I have on next. The Bill DeFabio Variety Show, heard on the Watchdog Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tune in and get with the program. I'm Bill DeFabio. Join me for The Variety Show on the Watchdog.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Let's call it partly sunny, the chance for a few early morning thunderstorms, with a daytime high near 80 degrees. Showers likely through the evening and the overnight, with temperatures down to about 69 degrees for the low. Another chance of seeing some early morning scattered showers and storms for your Friday, with temperatures in the upper 70s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning. Welcome to Talk Line on the Metro News Radio Network.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded. We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
Holy smoke. From the studios of the West Virginia Radio Corporation and the Metro News Radio Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful radio show in West Virginia. This is Metro News Talk Live with Hoppy Kercheval.
Check set line up link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Q Hoppy. You're on.
Metro News Talk Line with Hoppy Kercheval is brought to you by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Good morning. Ethan Collins is our producer. Vincent, the intern, handling the video stream today, assisted by Tim.